That was a pretty nice match. Huh. Very close there. It's always those fives that get ya. Frank and Winnie. Yes. I wonder what I'm gonna play next season. Let's just. What was that? Huh. Weird. What was I saying? All right. Should probably get some popcorn before the next. Really? The hell is that? It's not me. It's not my phone. I'm not getting my popcorn, I guess. Praise God, He's coming for me. I mean, you guys gotta hear that, right? I'm not going crazy. And suddenly now, for some reason, other than the popcorn, I'm also craving to kick Caleb Coho's ass. Maybe next season. He's coming. He's
coming. This is a Flying Cow production. Well, hello and welcome back to Movie Battles, and thank you for joining us for the second video of Movie Battles Blowout. We have for you a great match today, but before we get into that, let me introduce my amazing co-host, the sensational Sorsha Masters. How are we doing today, Sorsha?
I'm good. I'm really good. Thank you for having me back to call another match with you. I'm very excited for today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, we've got quite a match here today because not only do we have two great competitors in the Pardymonster, Pardis Jesudasen and Watkins, Watkins, but this match just happens to be the premiere of season 2.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very excited.
We are, as I have announced in other places, we are adding a couple of categories in season 2. So this match is going to give you a preview of what you can expect from the format next season. So and honestly, I can't think of two people better to introduce this new format than Pardis and Watkins. They're always a joy to watch, and they're quite the competitors themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm very interested to see what the new categories are going to add to Movie Battles and how these guys are going to react to the new categories.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. It's gonna be quite an interesting thing to see. But what do you say we go ahead and bring in today's competitors?
Let's do it.
All right. Introducing first, representing whoever can tell him where the party is, with a record of 1 win, 1 defeat, he is the Pardymonster, Pardis Jesudasen. How are we doing today, Pardis?
Doing good. Ready for this match to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a little while since we've seen you. First round of the tournament, but you are back. You are here. And how do you feel going against Watkins today?
I feel like Watkins is a good competitor, and I'm ready to go against her.
Absolutely. I mean, I will say you did actually request this match in your last post interview. So I honestly thought that was a great idea. And so now here you guys are starting off season 2, basically letting everybody see what the new format is going to look like. You guys are basically guinea pigs. How are you feeling about this new format?
Nervous, but hopefully both of us will do well.
Absolutely. All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and bring in your competitor for today and his opponent.
What's this?
Representing Watkins with a record of 1 win, 3 defeats, and 1 knockout. She is a riddle wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a mystery. She is Watkins, the Watkins. And we get a nice view of your hands to start everything off. Hello. You don't have to wave so close to the camera, Watkins.
I forgot because my camera's on the side of my thingy that I'm not used to it being. So when I went to unmute myself, I forgot that's where it was. So I'm just doing really great this morning.
Absolutely. Aren't we all? Well, Watkins, I got to say, it's always great to have you here. How you feeling coming back after your last match in the tournament?
I feel pretty okay. I think like Pardis, I'm a little nervous with these new categories. Potentially a little even less prepared than I have been before. Also, Loki didn't realize I'd lost 3 times. So I was like, why do they keep bringing me back?
Because we like you, Watkins.
Because you are a treat.
I like you guys. And it's always, I feel like I always come away learning something. So it's always fun to be here regardless.
Absolutely. But I mean, I will say, with these new categories coming up, are there any new movies that are going to be included that you're excited about? Any of like
movies that I enjoyed, or I don't understand the question.
I mean, these new categories are adding new films. Are there any that you're like, ooh, yay?
Yeah, actually, a lot of the hybrid films are things that I did my own like Disney rewatch recently, like of all like animated feature-length films. I'm still catching up. But sure. I had never seen like Bedknobs and Broomsticks before in my life, or like Pete's Dragon. So those are kind of really fresh for me, which is really interesting since they were from like the 70s. So it's really cool to like have you be like, I actually know what those are about. So that's really fun.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and bring Pardis back in here. And we can get ready for this match. Let me just switch you guys out here. There we go. All right. So let us go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 1. All right. The rules for round number 1 are as follows. 8 questions from random categories will be given to all competitors. Competitors will have 15 seconds to write down your response. Answers must be spoken aloud when revealing your response. All questions in this round are worth 1 point. If either competitor gets all 8 questions correct, they will have a perfect round and receive a 1-point bonus question. Competitors will also have 3 repeats that they can use at any point throughout the match. So if you need to hear a question again, or you just need a little bit more time, use those repeats. Each competitor also has a challenge that they can use if they disagree with any ruling. So you can make your case, and if your challenge is upheld, you will keep your challenge. There is no stealing in this round. So are the competitors ready?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Sorsha, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I feel ready for a movie battle. Action begin. All right. And we will start with round number 1. Question number 1. And it comes in the category of early classics and classics. These are the films of mostly the 30s through the 50s, obviously not including package films. And your question: which film, based on the Ward Green story Happy Dan, the Cynical Dog, tells the romantic story of two dogs? Starting off with a doozy, apparently, here for the competitors. But,
Starting off with some groans, but that's
yeah.
okay.
Sometimes it just takes a little time to come to it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Pardis, we are starting with you. What you got, sir?
Lady and the Tramp?
Lady and the Tramp is correct for 1 point. And Watkins,
I also had Lady and the Tramp. Wait, there it is.
Lady and the Tramp. All right, so we are tied at 1 apiece. Going into question number 2.
Yes. Question number 2 is in the category of Renaissance, mostly the 90s. In what year was The Little Mermaid released? You know, it's funny, my parents actually considered naming me Ariel.
Aw.
Not after the character in The Little Mermaid, after the character in Footloose. And then The Little Mermaid came out, and Mom went, absolutely not.
Oh no.
Like, I don't want a mermaid for a daughter. In
Right?
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right.
All right, Watkins, we are going to start with you. What you got?
Great. 1989?
1989 is correct. And Pardis?
I also have 1989.
Yes.
That is correct. We are still
film-
tied at 2 and 2.
The film which makes me write mostly the 90s.
Right.
Because it did actually start the Renaissance, but yeah, not in the 90s. But we are still tied at 2 going into question number 3, which is in the category of the dark times, the films of the 2000s. And your question is, what dark times era film features a lead voiced by Michael J. Fox? I am a big fan of Michael J. Fox, mostly because I'm a big fan of Back to the Future.
Me too, but honestly, who isn't a fan of Back to the Future?
Oh, yeah. But, Michael J. Fox loved Homeward Bound as a kid, and his episodes of Scrubs are some of the best. In 5,
Yes.
4, 3, 2, and 1. And Pardis, we're going to you.
Atlantis, The Lost Empire.
The Lost Empire is correct. And Watkins.
I also had Atlantis.
All right. Atlantis it is. Going into question number 4, still tied.
Question number 4 is in the category of Pixar. In Coco, what is the name of the young boy who dreams of becoming a musician against his family's wishes?
Coco. I love this movie. I have to say, though, I really wanted to watch it like around Dia de los Muertos and forgot, didn't have time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was prepping for this stuff. So,
Right. Priorities.
yeah. But I'll get around to it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, Watkins, we are going to start with you.
I said Timmy.
Timmy is incorrect. Pardis, what you got?
I have Miguel.
Miguel is correct.
Right. Although, I mean, Timmy, the little musician Timmy, yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah. I mean, my first thought whenever I hear the name Timmy, though, is Timmy the Tooth. So I just
Yeah.
picture Timmy the Tooth with a little guitar. All right. So Pardis
Thanks for those mental images.
right?
You're welcome.
Pardis takes a 1-point lead going into question number 5 in the category of the decline and wilderness. These are the films of the 60s through the 80s. And your question: in which film will you find the voice talents of Dom DeLuise, Cheech Marin, and Bette Midler? Dom DeLuise was like the comic. He was a big comic presence when I was growing up in the 80s. So, like for me, Dom DeLuise is like, yeah, Dom DeLuise, you know. But I'm sure you guys are like, who's Dom DeLuise?
No, I actually know who Dom DeLuise
well, there
is.
you go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and Pardis, what do we got, sir?
One of my favorite Disney movies of all time, Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company is correct. And Watkins.
Also, Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company, very nice. So, still keeping it a 1-point game. Pardis is still perfect going into question number 6.
Question number 6, everybody's favorite category, package films. Short collections of the 40s.
Bring it.
Do this.
Which package film features the short El Gaucho Goofy? You know, I think the hardest part of this category is there are so many little vignettes per package film.
Yeah, and there's only so many times that I can ask, you know, just the standard, you know, what movie does this come from? What movie does this come from? You know, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, Watkins, we are going to start with you. What you got?
Saludos Amigos?
Saludos Amigos is correct. And Pardis?
I also have Saludos Amigos.
Right.
Which is
so
correct.
Pardis overcomes my jinx by calling out his so far perfect round right before package films. And also remains perfect. And Watkins keeps it within 1, going into question number 7, which introduces the new category of hybrid and Muppets. These are, of course, the hybrid films composing of live action and animated elements and the Muppets. All right, and your question: in The Muppet Christmas Carol, who plays Charles Dickens?
Okay, I have to say this now. This is my favorite version of A Christmas Carol.
It's the best one.
I was like,
is.
It just
the only
is.
one. Absolutely.
I mean, I will give people who have affection for, you know, the George C. Scott version or even the Patrick Stewart version, but no, this is the one. This is the one. In
Now, I
5,
do.
4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and Pardis, to kick us off with this inaugural category, what do you have, sir?
Got it wrong, but Michael Caine.
That is incorrect. And Watkins.
Who is Gonzo?
Gonzo, or Gonzo the Great, is correct. All right, so Watkins ties it up, and we no longer have any perfect rounds, but that is okay because they're still, like I said, tied up 6-6 going into the final question of this round.
Yes, the final question is in the category of the CG Revolution, the 2010s. Your question: in Big Hero 6, what is the name of the futuristic city where Hero and his friends live? I wish this was a real place.
Oh,
Yeah.
right? I know. I mean, just seeing it in the film, it looks awesome.
It's like, I want to live there.
I know. I mean, this movie is such an odd one for Disney, but I love that they did it in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, Watkins, we are going to start with you. What you got?
What is San Francisco?
San Francisco is correct. And Pardis?
I didn't have it, but I knew it was San Francisco and Tokyo, but I couldn't pull both together.
No problem. All right. So at the end of that round, Watkins currently has a 1-point lead. So yes, at the end of that round, Watkins has a 1-point lead, 7-6, going into round number 2. So let's go ahead and bring up the rules for round number 2. All right, round number 2, also known as the wheel round. Each competitor will have up to 2 spins of the wheel. If you do not like your first spin, you can spin again, unless, of course, you land on opponent's choice, in which case you are stuck with that. Competitors will have 4 questions from their chosen category. Questions in this round are worth 2 points. You can use multiple choice. However, if you use it, the value of the question drops to 1 point. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. Opponents may steal if a competitor gives an incorrect response, repeats, and challenges are still in effect in this round. Do we have any questions going into round number 2? All right, then let us go ahead. Watkins, you are currently in the lead going into this round, so you have the choice. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to Pardis?
I'm gonna spin first. Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
All right, so Watkins choosing to, as she says, rip the Band-Aid off. So we are going to, this wheel spin is Watkins. Watkins, can you see the wheel?
I can.
All right, then here is your spin.
Great.
Obviously looking for something strong to try to add to her lead. Let's see if actors is what she's looking for. And a reminder here, Watkins, with the new categories, this includes actors of hybrid and Muppets films as well. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
Oh God. I feel like if I spin again, I'm just gonna get something even worse. Send it. Let's risk it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay. All right. So Watkins, attempting to play it safe, is going to stick with actors. So she is going to get 4 questions in the category of actors. All right, guys. So here we go with 4 questions in the category of actors. All right, here we go, Watkins. Who played the title role in the original Mary Poppins?
Oh, who is Julie Andrews?
Julie Andrews is correct for 2 points. All right, moving into question number 2. Veteran voice actor Verna Felton had a role in every classic film of the 1950s except which film?
Oh, Lord, give me multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice it is. And your options are, is it A, Lady and the Tramp, B, Peter Pan, C, Alice in Wonderland, or D, Cinderella?
I'm gonna say, wait, give me the order again of the answers.
You want the
Just
answers one more time? Okay, you can have that one for free.
Okay.
Is it A, Lady and the Tramp, B, Peter Pan, C, Alice in Wonderland, or D, Cinderella?
Guess B, Peter Pan.
B, Peter Pan is correct for 1 point. All right, moving on to your penultimate question in this round. What Muppeteer performed Kermit the Frog in films such as Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppets from Space, and The Muppets?
Who's Jim Henson?
Jim Henson is incorrect. So, Pardis, you are going to have the opportunity to steal. Let me just repeat the question for you for 2 points. What Muppeteer performed Kermit the Frog in films such as Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppets from Space, and The Muppets?
I'm gonna say Frank Oz.
Frank Oz is also incorrect. We were looking for Steve Whitmire.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to pull that.
All right. Okay, so bit by the Muppets, but it's all right. We did not get a steal, so we're moving on to Watkins' final question in this round, and that is, what Oscar and Emmy winner provides the voice of Helen Parr in The Incredibles films?
Oh God. I like no. Give me multiple choice. I was like, I know I can't just guess the name, but I know I'll know who it is when I hear it.
All right, multiple choice it is, and your options are: is it A, Holly Hunter, B, Frances McDormand, C, Helen Hunt, or D, Susan Sarandon?
Give me the answers again.
All right, we have to use a repeat this time.
Oh, that's fine.
The first one, okay? Do you want the whole question or just the answers?
Just the answers.
Okay. And your options are: is it A, Holly Hunter, B, Frances McDormand, C, Helen Hunt, or D, Susan Sarandon?
C, Helen Hunt.
C, Helen Hunt is incorrect. Oh, Pardis, you get the opportunity to steal. It's all right. I'll just bring out my oh boy. All right. So, Pardis, you're going to get the opportunity to steal. Let me repeat the question and the options for you. What Oscar and Emmy winner provides the voice of Helen Parr in The Incredibles films? Is it A, Holly Hunter, B, Frances McDormand, C, Helen Hunt, or D, Susan Sarandon?
I'm gonna go with A, Holly Hunter.
A, Holly Hunter is correct for a 1 point steal. So, not too bad. Unfortunately, we did have a steal in that, but Watkins is currently in the lead by 3, 10-7, going into Pardis's round number 2. So obviously, Pardis is going to be looking for a strong category to try to create a lead here. All right, Pardis, can you see the wheel?
I can.
All right, then Pardis, the spin is yours. You have landed on the category of The Muppets. Would you like to keep it or would you like to spin again?
Then again.
All right, Pardis, apparently not fond of Muppets. That's all right, we'll forgive him. Let's go ahead and spin again, see what we get this time. And it on hybrid films.
Oh no.
All right, so Pardis, you are going to get 4 questions in the category of hybrid films. And these questions will, of course, be asked by the one, the only, the sensational Sorcha Masters.
All right. Question number 1 for you, Pardis. What is the name of the titular dragon in Pete's Dragon?
I'm gonna go to multiple choice.
All right, we are going with multiple choice. Is it A, Sam, B, Elliot, C, Nathan, or D, Bobby?
B. Elliot.
B, Elliot is correct for 1 point. All right, going into question number 2. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks is set during what war?
Multiple choice, please.
All right, going for multiple choice again. Is it A, World War II, B, World War I, C, the Korean War, or D, the Russian Civil War?
A. World War II.
A, World War II is correct for another point.
All right, so Pardis taking it slow, but he is currently within 1 of Watkins.
All right, Pardis, we are going into question number 3, your penultimate question. So Dear to My Heart is about a young boy taking care of what type of animal?
I'll go to multiple choice, please.
All right, multiple choice. Is it A, a cow, B, a lamb, C, a horse, or D, a pig?
I'm gonna say B. A lamb.
B, a lamb is correct. And with that, Pardis ties it up 10-10.
Chopping away there.
All right, your final question in your round number 2. In Mary Poppins, what is the name of the man who floats in the air due to uncontrollable laughter?
Multiple choice.
All right, multiple choice it is. Is it A, Uncle Phil, B, Uncle Eddie, C, Uncle Bob, or D, Uncle Albert?
D. Uncle Albert.
Uncle Albert is correct for 1 point.
All right.
Creeping on up there into a 1 point lead for Pardis. So we are now at 11-10.
Yep, 11-10 going into the final round. So these two are back and forth at the end of round 1. Watkins is ahead by 1. Now Pardis is ahead by 1. These two are just taking turns here. Let's see who can break the tie in round number 3. But let's start with the rules. In round number 3, competitors will pick 3 numbers from 1 to 20 that correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor will have 3 questions. Questions in this round are worth 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors will have 15 seconds to answer each question. There is no stealing or multiple choice in this round. Repeats and challenges are still in effect. All right, are there any questions going into this final round? All right, then, like I said, we are in the final round, and Pardis, you currently have a 1 point lead. Would you, so give us your 3 numbers first.
Anyway, from what numbers?
Give us your 3 numbers for round number 3, between 1 and 20.
1 and 20. Let's go 4, 12, and let's do 6.
4, 12, and 6. All right, and Watkins, what sounds good?
I'm gonna do 8, 18, and 1.
And 1. 8, 18, and 1. 4, 12, and 6. All right. So, Watkins, you are currently down by 1. So you just need to hit this 2-pointer in order to avoid the TKO and send it back to Pardis. So you chose you chose number 8. That relates to the category of the Renaissance.
Okay.
And your question for 2 points. In The Little Mermaid, what is the name of the crab who serves as Triton's advisor and Ariel's babysitter?
What is Sebastian?
Sebastian is correct for 2 points. All right, so she immediately hits it back to Pardis for a response.
All right, Pardis, you chose number 4, and that relates to the category of recent Pixar. Let's try that in English. What type of instrument does Miguel play in Coco?
Guitar.
Guitar
is correct for 2 points.
All right. Very good. So, that brings us back to Watkins. Down by 1 again. And you have chosen number 18 for your 3-point question, and that is in the category of John and Alan. These are the roles of John Ratzenberger and Alan Tudyk.
Okay.
Right? So, your question for 3 points to send it back to Pardis. What is the name of Alan Tudyk's character in Big Hero 6?
I have no idea. I'm not even gonna shame myself by guessing. I'm just gonna give it to Pardis. I know.
All right. So we were looking for Alistair Cray. Alistair Cray. All right. So we are going to then move on to Watkins' 5-point question. All right. And if Watkins gets this correct, then she will knock it back to Pardis. However, if she misses, then Pardis will win this game. All right. And Watkins, you chose number 1. That relates to the category of princesses.
Okay.
All right. And your question. In the princess scene in Ralph Breaks the Internet, what does Belle's shirt say? Her comfy shirt.
Oh no. Beast mode.
And your winner, the Pardymonster, Pardis Jesudasen. So close, Watkins. We were looking for Beast Friends Forever.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right. So great job to both of you guys. You guys can go ahead and turn off your cameras. We'll bring you back in for interviews. Wow. All right. So, like I said, pretty even match. They went back and forth, and both got their 2s, but unfortunately, Watkins just was not able to get that 3 and that 5 to send it back to Pardis, and that was game over.
Yeah. Yeah, but they put up a great match and they were very back and forth the entire time. So
yeah. I mean, what else are you going to do? So we are going to go to post interviews, and post interviews will actually be run by our very own sensational Sorsha Masters. So, and you will be coming in with Watkins first. So
all right.
Take it away, Sorsha.
All right. How you feeling?
I feel just about as good as I could feel.
Well, you put up a great fight today.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about the new categories?
Also as good as I could feel. I feel like I'm just about as knowledgeable as one could be without recently having watched all of them. I knew the Muppets. I like the Muppets a lot, but I somehow knew that one was going to be the one that was more difficult for me than the hybrid films, even though I've seen more of the Muppet films than the hybrid films more recently. I just know there's a lot of tricky stuff in there that could be So many Muppeteers do so many of the other ones, and I was just like, I knew that was going to sneak up on me. I knew it.
I completely understand. So going forward, what do you think you're going to be studying up on a little bit more?
Oh God, it's Muppets, absolutely. Also,
Muppets is the golden answer.
why does John and Alan always like? I think I've gotten a John and Alan question every single time I've done this tournament, every time without question. And I thought, you think you know something, and then you get schooled out, and you're like, okay, all right, note taken. I'll do my homework.
Yeah, it's okay. You know what you need to study up on. It's totally fine. So going forward, we have the championship match. So
Yeah.
any guesses as to who you think might take the belt?
Oh man. I know Nikki's got a solid contender. She keeps coming like and crushing it every time she's here. And I went up against Lauren a while ago, and he's also pretty exceptional. So that would be, if I had to throw my hat in the ring for any two to come up against each other, I would say Lauren and Nikki.
All right, good stuff. Well, great to have you as always, Watkins. You are fantastic.
Thank you. So are you guys. It's always good to see you.
All right, thanks.
Bye,
All right. How you feeling?
I feel great, just great. Whew.
Well, first off, congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Our preview of season 2. Did you have any specific strategy going into today's match, or did you just kind of let fate do what it's going to do?
Well, definitely for the second round, I definitely went with multiple choice. So
Yeah,
those
but
films,
you played safe with multiple choice, and playing safe paid off. So I think that was a smart strategy. Same thing that I asked Watkins. How did you feel with the new categories and the new movies that are being integrated into season 2?
like I said before the match began, I was nervous, but now I feel okay about it, and I'm gonna work on study more on Muppets and all the new hybrid films that are part of the categories.
Yep, that is an excellent plan. And, this is only the second video of BlowOut. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We've got the number 1 contender match and the championship match. So any guesses as to how you think those might pan out?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
We have the number 1 contender match coming up, and we have the championship match between Kelly and Nikki. So who do you think is going to take number 1 spot on both of those?
Well, for the three-way, Lauren is pretty good, which is incredible, and also Hannah as well. I think I'm gonna go with Hannah. And then for the championship, Nikki is great, and Kelly, she did so well, and so I think I'm gonna root for Kelly.
All right, good stuff. Well, as always, it is wonderful to have you. Congratulations again on your win. And back to you, Clay.
All right. Well, first of all, great job, Sorsha. Thank you for doing that. But also, great match. Both of these competitors, worked hard. And like I said, it was back and forth. These two competitors are obviously very even in knowledge. It just, one person had to answer the next question first. And they ended up being the one that stumbled. So, I mean, who knows if Watkins had been able to pull her 3-pointer, how, Pardis would have done. I won't tell you what his question was, but I will tell you that his 3-point question, the category was hybrid films. And those seem to be difficult for, both of them. So who knows? Who knows what would have happened? But I gotta say, really excited about the next season going forward, but I'm also very excited about continuing BlowOut. So, like Sorsha said in the post interviews, we've got more amazing matches coming up. We've got a number 1 contendership. We've got a great championship match that you are not going to want to miss. So make sure to stay here, stay watching, and remember, moo. Moo.